Hey everyone, I'm Rob and welcome to the test drive. Today, I'm driving the 2017 Dodge Durango. Now I'm calling this the 2017/2018 review of the Durango because the 2018s are already out and there's very little difference from 2017 to 2018. Everything has stayed pretty much the same. Now there are a couple key differences that I will go over in this video so you can see kind of what's changed very slightly or maybe in a big way depending how you look at it from 2017 to 2018. Now the one that I'm driving is the GT trim, so that's one of the higher end trims of the Durango. Both the 2017 and 2018 start with the SXT, go up to the SXT Plus, and then you have the GT trim, which is right below the Citadel. And above the Citadel, you have the RT, which is the more of a performance trim with the 5.7 liter Hemi V8. And then, new to 2018, you get into the SRT, which is a first for the Durango. We've had the Grand Cherokee SRT, obviously the Charger and Challenger SRT, and there have been other SRTs throughout the years with the Ram, and there was even a Dodge Neon SRT4 a long time ago, but it's really cool that Dodge, FCA is bringing the SRT level to the Durango. I think it's just awesome, and there's really nothing like it out there in my opinion. So first we're going to start with the exterior of this 2017/2018 Durango. The GT that I'm driving is up there. It is a higher level trim and it's pretty nice. I mean, it's really well designed. It's very aggressive, but it also looks elegant. This GT that I'm driving sits on 20-inch rims, and I think that those look awesome. I love the design. The front fascia of this Durango is just very aggressive looking, and that's really, it kind of always has looked like that. If you look at like the older Durangos, like the 2000s, 1999, 2000, 2001, kind of that era, it was a pretty muscular looking SUV. Then it kind of toned down a little bit after that, and then when they introduced this body style, which has stayed pretty much the same since, around 2011. It's been a more aggressive SUV. Now, it did go through a major update for the 2014 model year, but again, this is a very aggressive, but also elegant, good-looking SUV. I love the rear with the tail lights. I love that this has dual exhaust. Just gives it, again, more of a performance-based look. I also love the headlights, and I love that white strip of lights underneath of the main headlight. Now, when you get to the interior of this Durango, it again looks very nice. I mean, it's very well designed. It feels very luxurious. The one that I'm driving has leather seats. Everything in it, the steering wheel, all of the buttons, the controls, everything feels really good and it looks nice. I like that this steering wheel has some paddle shifters. Everything in here really does feel high quality. There's also a lot of room in this Durango. The front seats have a lot of room. The middle row, again, gives you a lot of room. I had no problem sitting behind myself. I'm 6 feet tall. And then even the third row, the two seats in the trunk there, they have a decent amount of space. I guess you do have this lever here, but I was not aware of that at the time. It does give you a pretty good amount of cargo space, and oh, here you go. All right. So I didn't originally see these back here. If I would have, I wouldn't have had such a difficult time getting out when I put myself back here. Oh, that kind of hurt. Now the middle row you can actually get with captain seats as well. That does reduce the capacity of the SUV to 6 passengers instead of 7. But you know, it's nice. It's nice from a luxury standpoint to have 2 captain seats if you decide to configure it that way. You know, it's nice that you have both options. And if you fold the seats down, you have a ton of room. I mean, you have a decent amount of cargo space in the trunk with the 3rd row up, but when the 3rd row is down, you have a ton of room. I love how spacious and versatile this Durango is. Now the Durango GT that I'm driving is powered by the 3.6 liter Pentastar V6, puts out 295 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque in the Durango. Now that engine does put out a little bit more power in the Challenger and the Charger, you know, but even the 295 horsepower and the 260 pound-feet of torque, it does feel pretty good in this Durango. I mean, this is a big SUV. You really expect this to, you know, to be able to pull its own weight. And even with this V6, the base engine, it really does. Now, you can get this with a 5.7 liter Hemi V8 that does come standard in the RT trim. And then new to 2018 is the introduction of the SRT trim, which has the 6.4 liter Hemi V8, and that thing is an absolute beast. But even this 3.6 liter V6 gets up pretty quickly. The only issue I had with it was on a 2-lane road trying to pass a long truck. To get up to a high enough speed quickly to be able to do so was a little bit of a challenge when you're already traveling at a high speed. But again, I mean, this thing really does pull its weight very well. It corners and handles pretty decently for its size. I mean, I think that this feels very comparable in size to the Grand Cherokee, even though it is significantly larger. You know, it really handles well. You don't feel like it's as big as it is. Durango with the V6 also has a class-leading towing capacity of 6,200 pounds. If you end up with the top-of-the-line 2018 SRT, that'll actually tow 8,700 pounds, which is a lot for an SUV. That is just awesome. I tried to turn the traction control, see if I could get some significant wheel spin and do a burnout, but this V6 does not have enough power to do that. Now in my driving, this Durango didn't really live up to the fuel economy expectations. I drove it strictly highway for probably close to 1,000 miles, and you know, I was averaging around 21 to 22 miles per gallon, and again, I'm driving the rear-wheel drive model that is rated at 26. Now, this Durango is also well equipped when it comes to technology. This has the 8.4-inch Uconnect touchscreen, which is a very nice system. It has a very solid navigation system as well, and it really is easy to use, and I love the layout of it and the size and everything. It really sits well in this Durango. Now the 2017 model that I'm driving does not have Apple CarPlay, but the 2018 model with the 8.4-inch Uconnect touchscreen will have and does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto integration. So that is nice that you have that. I didn't really need it in this because it has its own navigation system, but it is a nice feature. This also has a large electronic screen in the middle of the gauge cluster. So that electronic screen is where your speedometer is located. And I like the way that's set up. I like it better than the dual screens that the Ford Explorer has. Now this Durango also comes standard with remote start and with the proximity key for keyless entry. this Durango also has heated seats in the front. It has a heated steering wheel. It also has heated seats in the rear, and it has a full power plug along with USB ports in the back. So I love how this is equipped in terms of technology. It really is very well connected. You also have a USB port and an SD card reader up front. So again, in terms of technology, this is very well equipped. Another feature that I've seen mixed reviews on is the auto start stop feature that is coming standard in a lot of vehicles. And for me, I don't mind it necessarily, but I will say in this Durango, it is very noticeable when it kicks back on. If you really have to give the engine a second or two before you can really take off smoothly. So that's kind of the only drawback, I guess, if you are at a stoplight and you want to be able to just gun it off the line. You really can't do it very well with that auto start stop feature. So I hope you enjoyed this review of the 2017 and 2018 Dodge Durango. I'm Rob. This is the test drive. Please feel free to give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about the video and the car and what this competes against. And please feel free to subscribe to my channel if you'd like. It does help me make more videos. And I'm also on Instagram at @thetestdriveNY. Thanks again for taking this test drive with me, and I'll talk to you soon.